We just spent 3 days exploring Oaxaca, from the top sites to the hidden gems and some of the best food, all on a budget. We'll show you how we navigated the drive from Puebla, split costs to keep it affordable, and hit all the major sites from the petrified waterfalls to the craft villages in the valley. In this video, we'll focus on the 3 main days that we spent in Oaxaca, since driving from Puebla and back took about a day each time. I'll include more information about driving to Oaxaca at the end in case that's not what you're here for. We did stop on our drive into Oaxaca at the Santuario de las Peñitas in San Agustin, Mitla, to see the church that was featured in Nacho Libre. If you're a fan of Nacho Libre, it's a fun little stop to break up the drive if you're coming from the north, or leaving and going to the north. On our first day, we headed to the archaeological site of Monte Albán. Entrance costs 105 pesos for nationals or 210 pesos for foreigners. If you are a national and over the age of 60, entrance is free. Entrance is also free on Sundays for all nationals. So unless you are a national looking for free entrance, I would avoid Sundays so you can avoid crowds. Next, head down into the valley to visit the artisan workshops. You will probably have time to either visit 2 workshops or 1 workshop and the rest of the town and market in depth. What we chose to do was visit the Black Pottery workshop of Doña Rosa in San Bartolo, Coyotepec, and then also the Alebrije workshop / school of Jacobo and Maria Angeles in San Martín, Tilcajete. It felt a little rushed, and we only had time to visit the workshops and do shopping at those workshops and not see the rest of the town or the markets in those towns. So depending on what you value, you can either spend more time in depth in one town, or you can do quick trips to the workshops. If I had to pick one, I would pick the Alebrijes in San Martín Tilcajete, but I really enjoyed both workshops, so it definitely is just like a personal choice. Once back in Oaxaca, stop by the Jalatalco neighborhood to see incredible murals, and you can also get dinner from a street vendor here. I had quesadilla of quesillo or Oaxacan cheese. That was amazing, really good, and very affordable, of course, which we love. Today we're headed back on the road again, this time to Hierve el Agua to see the petrified waterfalls. It's a longer drive, so start early so you can hike to the waterfalls before it gets too hot and crowded. The hike is basically all downhill and then all uphill. The loop is 1.8 miles, but we didn't do the loop and just went to the second waterfall area and then turned around. Then go swimming in the limestone pools to cool off after your hike. With a name like Hierve el Agua, which basically means boiling water, you would anticipate the water to be hot, but it's actually very cool. The name comes from the way that the water bubbles up and looks like it's boiling, even though it's not hot or boiling. The site is small, but I would say it's worth the trip because it is such a unique stop. There's only one other place in the world that you can see petrified waterfalls, and that's in Turkey. I also love a good swim, so anything water related is my favorite. Entrance is 50 pesos a person. You also have to pay 50 pesos for parking if driving and about 180 pesos in tolls to get from Oaxaca. And then there's an additional 20 peso per person community tax from San Lorenzo to drive through the town to get to Hierve el Agua. So the costs do add up a bit. Next, drive to San Pedro Villa de Mitla to see the Mitla ruins. Entrance is the same as Monte Albán. It's 105 pesos for nationals and 210 pesos for foreigners, but the area is much smaller. Mitla is different than Monte Albán because there are palaces and courtyards instead of pyramids. It is unique, but very small, so I don't really feel like the price was worth it. One of the areas was closed, the Palace of the Dead, so maybe that would have helped add a little bit more to make the cost justified. I think the 105 pesos is fair, but the $210 a person does feel like a lot for such a small site. There are additional ruins scattered throughout the town, but those are free and you don't need the entrance fee to enter. It just covers the 2 main areas with ruins. And honestly, the other ruins are quite small. You could probably skip them unless you were particularly curious like me and just wanted to see what they were like. I had hoped to visit Teotitlán del Valle after to see the weaving workshops, but unfortunately we ran out of time. So if you're thinking maybe of replacing Mitla with Teotitlán del Valle, you could try that out. If you do, let me know. I'm curious if I missed out on something great. But we did do some shopping in Mitla for textiles, and I felt like the prices were fair. We paid 250 pesos for 3 napkins and a table runner. We're spending our last day in Oaxaca City, starting with the Templo de Santo Domingo de Guzman and the Museum of Cultures of Oaxaca. The church and the Jardín Histórico Etnobotánico behind the museum are both free to enter. The museum costs, you guessed it, 105 pesos for nationals and 210 pesos for foreigners. The museum is very large though and has interesting exhibits on the indigenous peoples like the Zapotecas and the Mixtecas, artisan goods from throughout Oaxaca, and more recent Oaxacan history from the 20th century. Next, walk to the Zócalo for lunch. We recommend either chile guajile or comedor típica la abuela en el mercado 20 de noviembre. Both offer traditional Oaxacan dishes like tlayuda, mole, cecina, so you have lots of options for good food. We enjoyed both, and both were around $10 a person. Don't forget to try pan de yema, an egg yolk bread, nieve de tuna, which does not include any fish. It is like a sorbet made with the red cactus fruit, tejate, a maíz and cacao drink, and of course, fresh chocolate from Mayordomo. You can also wander the artisan stalls in the Mercado de Benito Juárez. If visiting on a weekend, don't miss the art market in the Jardín La Bastida. After seeing similar artisan goods across all the tourist towns, this art market was super unique. A little bit more about driving to Oaxaca. We were visiting from Puebla, so we decided to drive. Since there was 4 of us, it would be a bit cheaper. There's a few things you should know about driving in Mexico. 1, be prepared for tolls. There are a lot of tolls in Mexico, and we paid about $24 each way driving from Puebla to Oaxaca and back. We had to rent a car, and when renting a car in Mexico, third-party liability insurance is required. So make sure when renting the car that you have all the required insurance. Otherwise, when you go to pick up the car, you'll be hit with surprise fees. We paid $268 for 8 days, but we only used the car for 5 days for this trip. So we are gonna say that for this estimate, it was $168. Lastly, finding parking in Oaxaca can be difficult and/or expensive. So if you are planning on driving, try and book accommodation that comes with parking. Here's our total cost for 4 people over 3 days in Oaxaca and 2 days driving from Puebla to Oaxaca and back. Our most expensive expense was transportation, where we spent $427 on the rental car, gas, tolls, parking, all of that. Then for food, all of our meals were under $10 a person, and we spent a total of $245. Next, activities can add up, but we were able to take advantage of discounted pricing for Nefi and his family for being Mexican, and also for his parents if there's any discounted over 60 pricing as well. So we spent a total of $62. Our accommodation was $268 for a 2-bedroom Airbnb in the Jalatalco neighborhood for 4 nights. And a totally optional expense is souvenirs. We spent about $125, mostly on artisan goods and pan de yema and chocolate to bring home to friends and family. Overall, our trip cost $1,137 or $285 a person. Traveling in a group where you're able to split costs, especially with transportation and accommodation, really helps to travel on a budget. I hope this guide helps you plan a trip to Oaxaca so that you can experience the history, the art, the culture, and of course, the food for yourself. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.